prepared like we always are, next man up. You got to hold the line, do your job, and go compete. Well, right now, I mean, Decker, CD, Leaf, you know, those would be. Saint's a little banged up. We'll see how he recovers. You know.
Back to Tim's question. Even if it's not a big point of the messaging, how important is it for you guys to snap that streak? You guys have rewritten history in a lot of ways. So just so that you try to keep that same.
Yeah, I mean, look, nobody likes losing. I don't want to lose, you know, so I don't want to lose a game. And I don't think any of us do, but it's more so it's about, man, division opponent at home, the next one in front of us more so than don't want to, you know, lose the Thanksgiving game. I mean, we don't want to lose, period. So I think that's really more what this is. This is a big game, division opponent, and these carry a lot of weight.
Another Aaron Glenn meme, with his legs crossed over, relaxed in the fourth quarter. Despite all the injuries, despite all the best shots you're getting from other teams, how does he continue to drop?
That's just him, man. He puts in the work, you know. He puts in the work. He's creative. He does a good job of understanding what our players do well, putting them in position to have success, and where we feel like we can have the most, you know, have the biggest advantage on our opponent. So that's you know, that's where it all starts. That's the way it is. But you don't get that way without putting the work in. And I'm telling you, he grinds and grinds on it. So, you know, I haven't seen that, but you know, believe me, he's never that relaxed. Okay, he's doing a hell of a job.
It's mostly really there's mental hurdles to get over on top of the physical hurdles.
With who? I'm sorry.
Mostly.
Oh yeah.
Just wanted to get him out there. Like a special teams, how far away is he from being ready to contribute on defense if you need him?
Oh, yeah, he's ready. I mean, I think that was this game yesterday was big. I had to think about that. That was yesterday. That was big, you know, to be able to, for him, I mean, really hadn't played in 2 years, and to be able to go out there and know that, okay, I can trust this. I can trust my body. He went out there, competed, did a good job on teams for us. But yeah, I think he's ready. I think he's ready, and we're not afraid to use him.
Last week, you said you were kind of throwing out the stuff from the beginning of the year, paying more attention to the recent games. Is that kind of a similar case with Caleb Williams, given the change in the offensive really dropped?
Yo, the lies so that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose when I get to, never lose smooth on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running it, maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision that pay me, it's never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning, it's crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
That's a good job. That got us to 10. That's 10. That's 9 in a row. How many of you guys have won 9 in a row in here in the NFL? Raise your hand. Yeah, it's saying something. It's rare. All right, we're in rare air right now. All right, so we're doing something special, which we knew we would. There are little things to clean up. All right, but the most important thing is we found a way to get that W. I want to highlight just a couple of guys here. All right, the first one, man, defense, 8 total tackles. 7 of those were solos. Rodrigo, you played your ass off. Come on,
Appreciate you guys. Let's keep it rolling. And love all y'all.
Good. Hey, we talked about field position was going to be big. Defense, that's a way to just keep them backed up, keep them pinned. So Lamb, 4 punts, 192 yards, 48-yard average, all inside the 20. Jack Fox.
Love you guys.
Play on another team, right? Or you've coached on another team. It's just always special to come back and get the dub, man. It means a lot. So we're fortunate to have this guy. He's a huge asset. Assistant head coach, running back coach, Scotty Montgomery. Favorite team of all time. Love you guys. Love you guys. I read something this morning, and it was talking about the road, man, being on the road. And it brought me back. Where's golf at? Saint, Soul, Frank, Jack. It brought me back to we were 2-6 in 2022. We had just beaten Green Bay at home. We had not won a road game in 2 years. AG, Ben, right? We had not run a road game in like 2 years. So what are you going to do? You know, now the thing is about road games. We were 0-11-1. 0-11-1 on the road, 21, half of 22. And then we went to Chicago and got it. We got our first dub, and since then we're 16-5 on the road, man. And every one of you are a part of that. Every one of you are a part of that. That's big, man. 16-5 on the road, all right? So we're road warriors. We're also damn good at home. Good win, man. That's number 10. All right, let's go.
That's 10, baby.
Win on 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah, welcome on.
Empowering the players.
Welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Lion Villain Report. I am your host, Russell Wayne, and we are broadcasting live right now into the Lions Villain Squad Facebook page right there, where we have over 59,000 villains. We're approaching 60,000. We hit over 59,000 over the night right now. Thank you very much to those who follow the page and like the page, because we are the UDFA of sports podcasting right here. We are the Tom Kennedy, baby. We're also broadcasting live into the Detroit Lions News Podcast with Joe Chapp and the boys over there with their 80,000 people, and the JC Sports Network on YouTube. The Villain is also on YouTube at Lion Villain Squad. Thank you very much for subscribing to our content right there. It is faith, family, and then football in that order right there. We use football. We don't let football use us. We use football to create memories. We don't let football use us. And yes, this show right here is brought to you by Full Circle Real Estate Group and Dana Robinson at 810-422-3328. She can take you through the entire real estate. If you've ever bought a house, you know that it's a long, drawn-out process, and she can walk you right through all of it. And she does it seamlessly. So you're looking to buy a house in the Michigan area, get a hold of Dana Robinson at Full Circle Real Estate Group, 810-422-3328. And here we are. On PFF Tuesday. I got to find my guy right there. On PFF Tuesday right here. And this is where we go through all of the nerdy stats from the game that was contested at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, where the Lions dominated the game 24-6. It was just like a slow domination, though. It wasn't like the other ones where you just get out and you're like, pow, 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 and then it was just over. I mean, I give the Colts credit for, for putting it out there and fighting all the way to the end. The Jacksonville Jaguars quit. We end up throwing up our backups and everything, but they ended up fighting all the way to the end of the game. And like we do every week right here, I like to go left to right when I'm talking about all the nerdy stats. But, just in the overall right here, we're starting with the offense. And you know what? I'm not going to start with the offense right there. I'm such a butthole right here. Let me get this thing going. I need to say hello to everybody that's in the comments right now. So let's do that. Let's say hello to everybody right here. Henry Gray is in the comments. Good morning, Lions family. Villains, one pride. Can you guys hear my drops? That's another thing, too. Can you hear Kirk Cousins? Good morning, Davey. And that one's Scarface right there. Dwayne, good morning to you, my brother. Oh, Broski in here talking trash. Bears will win on Thursday. Well, the Lions haven't won a Thanksgiving game in a while, so maybe. I mean, the Lions are due. Whatever. Good morning. It's a great day to be a Lion fan. Right there is the Villains Squad YouTube page right there. If you're watching right now and you're not on YouTube, head on over to the YouTube right there. Give us a subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the season. We got 59,000 people on the Facebook, but we need to get them over to the YouTube channel. So that's at Lion Villain Squad. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you. That would be great. What's up? What's up, bro? It's good to see Broski in here. It's good to see all of the other fan bases come out of witness protection. The top reasons to ghost a villain is, one, we beat you. So we haven't seen the Viking fans in here since that loss. And they're actually a good team. They're out there killing it right there. And then the Bear fans, after really, we didn't see very many Bear fans in here. I think Broski might have been the only one that ended up popping in here at that point after the Hail Mary and everything like that. But Broski's been cool. Broski's been cool. He's feeling confident for this Thanksgiving game. And they had a good end of the game right there. They played the Vikings hard. Dwayne Keene is in the house. Let's go, Lions. One pride, kings of the NFC North Division, all grit, never back down. 10-1, make it 11-1. Can you hear my Kirk Cousins? Are you guys hearing that? Yes, I love my Kirk Cousins in there. Elise Memes is up in the house. You have been killing it with your memes on there. I have loved some of those memes on there. I might have to throw some of them up here because some of them are phenomenal right there. Good morning, Henry Gray. Fred Peterson up in the house. Paul Jones is up in the house. Henry Gray's up in the house.
We're going to buy the kneecap off.
John, what's up, John? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good morning. Good morning, Maurice. Good morning, Matthew. McKevy, good morning. A. Ronnie. Is that A. Ron? A. Ron. And that, thank you for letting me know. Everybody can hear the drops. I want to drop. I'm going into hostile territory for the game. One pride. Central Scrutinizer up in the house. Broski definitely feeling confident that the Bears will win. Maybe the coin tossed. Hey, don't sell these Bears short. We're gonna talk about that a little bit once I get done hitting you with all these nerdy stuffs. Good morning to you, Vincent. I love it. I love it. I love having a group of great people coming in here and being part of the live broadcast right here. And thank you to everybody who watched yesterday's broadcast. And then, I think that we had like 4,000 views over the 24 hours right here. But I always appreciate the live crowd, the ones that are actually here that I get to interact with, that can actually interact to the things, ask questions, because I like this to be viewer driven when it comes down to it right here. I like it to really go in the direction of you guys right here. And I learned how to do these overlays yesterday, and it feels pretty good that I can put the sponsor full circle real estate group right there, front and center, so you can know. And it's anywhere in Michigan, by the way. Like anywhere in Michigan, she can help you with it, because it really is just a long process. My wife and I bought a house, and it's just a long process. And if you don't have somebody that knows what they're doing to walk you through it, then I mean, you won't even know. You won't even know. And she does a fantastic job at that. So I like having her front and center right there. So that way you can write down the number if you want to do so. But right here, here's the offensive grades right here. And I love seeing offensive linemen up at the top. Just some of the top guys. I like to highlight the ones that are in the green, because those are the ones that are technically having the good games. I guess you could put Craig Reynolds in there. And these ones are okay right there. We're not talking about, Goff played okay. That's what they're saying by the grades right there. But look, you got Taylor Decker. It's nice to see him out there. For one, he's out there 58 snaps. And if you're going left to right, obviously here's the position that they're playing. This is the total amount of snaps. And this is the amount of pass blocking snaps. This is the amount of run blocking or run snaps, run blocking snaps. Right there, obviously, you're going to see all those guys right up there in the front. So let's take a look at it. All offense right here, and this is just offense, and then you got pass blocking right here. You got your run grades right here, your run blocking grades right there. So Taylor Decker having a bounce back game. He had a couple of off games. And I think it had more to do with the injury that he's been dealing with, but he had some off games. But it's nice to see him bounce back with 58 snaps, 81.3 grade overall. Tim Patrick right there showing up again. What a great waiver wire addition by Brad Holmes, doing it again, picking up Tim Patrick. And he had another good game. He had big catches too. He had big catches. He made himself available in the middle of the field when Goff got into trouble a little bit. Kevin Zeitler with another good game. He's proven to be another great Brad Holmes pickup right there. And Jahmyr Gibbs at a 75.2. David Montgomery. I think that we have the best 1-2 punch in the entire NFL when it comes to running backs. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I want you to understand right here, offensively, when you're going that far deep, there's 11 on 11, right? So you're not looking at too many people that played very badly. Penei Sewell actually was the worst graded starter out of the crew right there, 63.2. Then you got, Graham Glasgow down here. Now when you isolate it, so let's go by pass blocking, right? How well did we do in pass blocking? Taylor Decker, Kevin Zeitler, Michael Neese coming in, one snap, 71.0. Penei Sewell, not a very good run blocking grade for him. Not what he's used to. And then you're looking at Graham Glasgow, Dan Skipper, even Frank Ragnow. Look at that, low grades right there. We did not do a good job at run blocking in this game. I think that DeForest Buckner is a beast in the middle of that defense right there. And that run, the pass blocking grades right there. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been saying run blocking. Have I been saying run blocking? I mean the pass blocking. That's how I got this isolated. So we did not get very good pass blocking. Goff had to do a lot of maneuvering and took a couple sacks in there. So that's understandable right there. So it was Frank Ragnow. That's understandable. That is DeForest Buckner in the middle there. And he's a tough guy to block. It looks like both Glasgow and Frank Ragnow had a hard time in the middle right there. But in run blocking, let's see how we did here. Taylor Decker, he just had a good all-around game. Kevin Zeitler had a decent game right there. Shane Zylstra, Graham Glasgow, okay. Penei Sewell, okay. And Frank Ragnow didn't really have his best game in there. So that, to me, tells me that, you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, that just means that they were making the offensive line look good. It wasn't the best game for the offensive linemen, according to PFF. I don't want to say that PFF was the end-all, be-all, but when you look at the bottom 5 stinkers right there that took significant snaps, Graham Glasgow at a 51.1, Frank Ragnow at a 52.9, Khalif Raymond at a 53.4, Sam Laporta at a 53.9. Those were the bottom stinkers. You don't want to see, really, that's not awful. The 50s aren't awful. When you get into the red here, when you say at pass blocking, this tells you the 33.1 says that Graham Glasgow was awful at pass blocking. The 26.8 for pass blocking on Frank Ragnow, that reflects the fact that would show that he was awful at pass blocking. And it showed. It reflected in sacks. It reflected. It definitely reflected. So that was a look at the offense right there. I thought that was that Indianapolis Colts defense. They played pretty tough the entire game. They did not let up at all. They played hard defense the entire time. They didn't give up like the Jacksonville Jaguars did, and like the Dallas Cowboys did, and like the Tennessee Titans did. You want to get a team that's going to fight you all the way to the end. So let's go look at the defense real quick. And let's see what you guys had to say about the offense right here in the comments. Boom, 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 boom. So we got, where do we got? I think Broski's already talking smack. So I know I want to get to that, but I do want to get to the scores. I do want to touch on the game, Broski. We're going to be talking about the game. This is the last look. When I do PFF Tuesday, and a lot of people were shouting out the PFF scores. I know that they released the scores the day before. They come out actually 5, 6 o'clock, especially for the early games. And the reason is I want to look at the scores and I want to reflect the scores and I want to digest what I saw with my eyeballs first, because to me, no matter what you say, what I show you here on PFF isn't the end all be all. Half of the guys that grade PFF, like our special teams coach, Dave Phipp was saying, half these PFF guys, they've never even played a down of football before. So, but it is a good training. It is a good grading metric to pair along with what you saw with your eyes. But what you saw with your eyes in the game is the most important metric that you can have. I want to preface that when I'm into the PFF stuff, I'm not saying PFF is the end all be all. I just think I love numbers and I love being able to look at a metric, especially a metric for an offensive or a defensive lineman, right? Let's see. Bears for dinner Thursday. I'm just sitting there. Gibbs, Rodrigo, let's play some more dice in here. Okay, so everybody that's made comments in here is probably wanting me to get done with this. So let's go over the defense right here. Zadarius Smith, right there, 88.8. That reflected it in there. They were a force. That Lions interior defensive lineman now, and now with the breakout of Josh Pascal, Zadarius Smith has just fit right into this scheme. And Aleem McNeil was unblockable in this last game. And that wasn't just a chump. That was Quentin Nelson. That was one of the better guards, and he just destroyed him. And there he is at 73.9 is an overall defense right there. Malcolm Rodriguez with a good game at 73.3. Kirby Joseph with a good game at 71.2. DJ Reader with a good game. James Houston with a good game. He only had 4 snaps, though. I don't know what that means. Ben Neiman with a strong showing right there. Jack Campbell looking like a strong showing right there. And I can't wait till we go to the Carlton Davis with a strong showing. You could even throw Levi in there. I'm not going to put anybody else in there when you're in the yellow. That's like, oh, that's borderline right there at 64.9. That was a good game, though. When you're in the green, you're in a good game. So run defense. We get the attaboys out there. Look at Malcolm Rodriguez. Yeah. The biting kneecap defense award right there. 85.2. Zadarius Smith on the run defense. And that's what Zadarius Smith is. Like a lot of people that think that Zadarius Smith is going to come into this defense and get like 20 sacks right there. It's just not what he is. He's a stout run defender. He is definitely going to help in the run defense area, and it shows right there. It reflects on the PFF grade. Kirby Joseph with a strong showing in run defense. DJ Reader with a strong showing. Levi with a strong showing. Ben Neiman. Even James Houston. That's pretty good for James Houston. Usually can't depend on him too much but it is only 4 snaps. I'm not going to get too crazy about that. Josh Pascal just had kind of an average game. And the stinkers on there, and here these guys are in the 40s right there. Amik Robertson, Carlton Davis, David Long, Aleem McNeil, not good in the run defense. That's because he was in the backfield. He was set back there with making the quarterback uncomfortable. So those were the stinkers on run defense. Tackling. And this is something that I love to see. Look at all of that green when I isolate these guys by tackling. Like even the guys that had bad games, it's like we tackle. That's what we do, is we tackle. If you have a bad game, you gave up a touchdown in the defensive backfield, that's okay. We tackle. Kirby Joseph, tackler. You know, Jack Campbell, tackles. Malcolm Rodriguez, tackles. Kendall Vildor, even though everybody wants to get hard. But, Kendall Vildor, one thing that Kendall Vildor does is tackle. He tackles. He can tackle. But he got burnt in coverage right there. 27.7. That is an awful coverage grade. He is a liability out there, but they don't let touchdowns. They didn't let touchdowns in. That's the difference between the Kendall Vildor of old and the Kendall Vildor of now. He still sucks, but they're not allowing touchdowns now. Maybe they should have given one up, but they didn't. Tackling, Ezekiel Turner. Tackling, Ben Neiman. Tackling, Zadarius Smith. Tackling, DJ Reader, Aleem McNeil. And then the stinkers on tacklers, the bottom, Carlton Davis, Brian Branch, David Long, Amik Robertson. the poor tacklers, if they are tacklers, they usually are secondary guys, because you don't really want secondary guys making too many tackles. You want your big guys doing that. All right, pass rush. By pass rush, look at Ali McNeil. There's where he showed up right there. He was destroying people. I watched him and DJ Reader. There's DJ Reader in the number 3 guy, 64.5. I watched him pick a guard up and just drive him straight back and used the guard to disrupt Anthony Richardson's pass. It was awesome. I absolutely loved it right there. But we actually had a couple good pass rushing grades. That's nice to know. Zadarius Smith had good pass rushing. That's one thing that we've been lacking in, a week 11 and week 10 is nobody's been showing up with these good pass rushing grades. So maybe that's a good sign. The coverage grade looks like they were pretty good across the board. Nobody's putting who had the stinkers? Kendall Vildor, Dorsey, the backups. I mean, I'm not even going to kill him for 58.2. These ones that are in the anywhere between the 50, the yellow as it turns into green. I mean, these are all of these guys, as you get into 60 up to 61 right there, 58, 61. Average games, and then pretty good coverage from the starters. That's exactly what I saw. That's what I saw when I watched the game. I saw a defense that looks like it's almost a flawless defense, and it had one chink in the armor. And, kudos to the Indianapolis Colts for trying to go after it, right? You remember the first 2 games of the season, 3 games into 4 games, that they were going after Terrion Arnold and talk about trial by fire. But now you can see it was by the 7th, 8th game, they stopped going after Terrion Arnold as much. So, I mean, you got to earn your stripes. And Kendall Vildor, every moment that he is out there, this is the NFL. There are no bad teams in the NFL. So a bad team, even a bad team, is going to look and go, well, there's Kendall Vildor, and they're going to go after him. So now let's get in here and answer some of these questions. Carlton Davis, Arnold, Monty, Decker, are they playing? So Carlton Davis is still questionable. Terrion Arnold will play. He will play. I don't know about Monty and Decker. Honestly, it's if they need to sit them down, they need to sit them down. Because this is a brutal stretch right here that the Lions have been through. You got the Colts on Sunday, then the Bears on Thursday, and then the following week the Packers, and back-to-back Thursday night games for the Lions. So that's 3 games in 14 days. So that's or less than that. What would that be? Is that 10 days? Yeah, 3 games in 10 days. So we want to make it through this, Broski Bear. So there's a chance. I think that Terrion Arnold will play, and if I had to put money on it, I would say Terrion Arnold would play, and they would sit Carlton Davis. And I'm just talking about trying to play injury management. Even if Carlton Davis could stretch and go out there, I don't think that we're all in to try to we got to throw all our chips in right here. We have good depth, and I think that we might be, you might see some of the depth pieces in there. Actually, I think that from what what Dan Campbell was saying is your boy Glass Jaw Mosley, Emmanuel Mosley, played an entire game, Broski Bear. He played an entire game. He had like 14 snaps. He did some special team stuff, and he was out there, and he didn't get injured. Ha! Yeah. So my confidence is at 110 now because Mosley's just going to come in and take over. No, but Brad or Dan Campbell did say that he wasn't scared about putting him out there and playing Emmanuel Mosley in meaningful cornerback snaps. But they wanted to get him out there and, get him running around a little bit first. And I love the way the Lions they're not taking chances with these injuries. And I do believe that Mosley is a wild card in this situation because all three of his injuries, he's been out for 2 years with injuries. And you can call him injury prone if you want to, but all the difference between him and what I would label as injury prone is all three of his injuries were completely separate injuries. They weren't related to each other. And the 2 ACL injuries, I'm totally not worried about those 2 things because they build those things better than they were. But the torn pec, I don't know. I mean, could he re-injure that? That's a possibility. But he's back out there. He's back out there, recovered from the injuries. How long does it last? I don't know. It usually lasts like 5 plays. When will the injury report come out for the Thanksgiving game? The day before. They usually come out on Thursday, but I think they're gonna come out with it before that. I think they'll probably do it a day early, so it probably will come out tomorrow. So, J Mommy says Wednesday. Yep. Okay. Bears have a lot of reasons to play spoilers. However, the water is deeper than it's ever been in Ford Field. Hey, here we are right here. The Lions are now the hunted. Every team is going all out to try to be the Lions. But here's the thing is the Lions, if anything, they got this circled on their schedule as a revenge game because I ain't going to hide from it. The last time that the Bears played the Lions, they came in and beat our ass. And I don't think that sits too well.
We're going to bite a kneecap off. You've had enough of that shit.
I don't think that sits too well with the scariest guys that are on our team. The last time that we played the Bears, they bullied our offensive line, our number one graded the greatest offensive line ever. They bullied us. And we're the bullies. That's it. And I think that you're going to see an elevated level of intensity from our offensive line to your defensive line. That's one thing, broski. I think that is a guarantee. And that isn't me talking smack. That's just knowing who Penei Sewell is. That's just knowing who Taylor Decker and Frank Ragnow and Graham Glasgow are. Graham Glasgow and Frank Ragnow are coming off of a bad game. I just showed that to you. This team is the type of team that they bounce back. Now, I don't know about the Taylor Decker thing, but, we might have to throw Dan Skipper out there, and he'll report. Oh, Bears aren't playing spoiler. Lions aren't the hunted this game. This is an old school division rivalry, people. No one is in awe of the Lions like you are. You better ask somebody. Are you kidding me, broski? I liked your first take, but when you say that no one is in awe of the Lions, have you watched like Good Morning Football, or do you watch like football shows, the national football shows? Pat McAfee. Nobody's in awe of the Lions. Number one in the power ranking. If anything, It makes me feel uncomfortable how much everybody is in awe of the Lions. Like, I'm almost to a point where I'm like, hey, national media, pump the brakes. Like, holy crap. I mean, they're talking about they're not in awe of us. That is hilarious, dude. Are you in denial? Now, the Bears aren't going to play the spy, but I agree with that part. This is a rivalry game, and this is why if the spread is actually 10.5 or whatever it is at right now, I would tell smart money to go bet with the Bears and the points. That's where the smart money would go, is Bears and the points, because of everything that you're saying, broski Bears. They aren't playing the spoilers. The Lions aren't the hunted. This is an old school division rivalry. And that's what it is. And that part, I agree with you 100%. And it's a division game. Division games are tough. We know your team. You know our team. So there's that element to it. But the fact that you say no one is in awe of the Lions, no, you are completely off base on that one. And I'm not even trying to brag about that. I don't like it. I don't like that Stephen A. Smith all of a sudden is jumping on the bandwagon. And then there's Pat McAfee. And that, like, you know, I don't like being the front runner like that. You know, we've been the underdog for so long. It's being the overdog is weird to us. So I don't agree with your statement right there, but that is not a flex. Gibbs, let's play some more dice right there. Lions, both Lions and the Bears played very hard. And I'm looking for something right here. And what I want to be able to do right here is go back in to the end of this guy right here. And this is, what was this? Okay, this, I have the wrong one in here. My bad. Let's get back.
That's a good job. I got us to.
I'm looking for something else. I'll get back to it here in a second. No. I can't find what I was looking for. Well, damn it, right there. Well, Kim says, I wonder if I wonder what Gibbs said to get that penalty. Vildor, not too good. Yeah, he was definitely the weak link, and they went after him. McNeil balled out. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. I'm not putting the personal fight in there right there. Bears find ways to lose. Yeah, what I was going to talk about was the clutch gene today. And that was one of the things. Let me find my graphic right there. Was that one? No, that wasn't it. But the Lions have been working out their clutch gene. And what I mean by that is something that I was saying yesterday, broski, about the Lions, is that most games, maybe, I believe this wholeheartedly, most games are decided by 3 or 4 plays when it really comes down to it. You got a lot of, posturing. You got to go this way. You got to go that way. And then there comes the pressure. Like there's these pressure moments that end up showing up in every game. And the Lions have learned to excel in those pressure moments. Those particular plays, they win. That's why they're 10-1 right now, is because they find a way to win in those particular moments. And the Bears find ways to lose in those particular moments. Your clutch gene is not good yet. And they showed something at the end of that Minnesota game that you shouldn't deny unless you're just trying to be a homer for your team. But as a Lion fan, you look at the end of that game and you're like, Caleb Williams is starting to show the things that you want to see. But then when it came to the overtime thing, when the marbles were on the line, it was a different story. So you got to prove that you can win in those pressure moments. You know, you needed an onside kick to even be put into that situation. So you have to play better at the beginning parts of the game to beat the good teams. And I put Minnesota that they're up there. They're up there as a good team. They're a couple plays away from being undefeated. Honestly, I could look back and I could vouch for them and say, hey, that was a face mask at the end of that Rams game. They should have won that game. They should be right there in lockstep with us. And the Green Bay Packers, they stay around. You don't cry about who's injured or who's not injured on your team. They won games with Malik frickin' Willis. So I got to give the Packers credit where the credit is due. But here's the bottom line. Is as good as those teams are, the Lions are better. You know, the Packers came in and tried to stake their claim, and we put an end to that discussion. You even had your starting quarterback and got beat down. I mean, that 24-14, you wish that it was that close. And then the Vikings, you know, I think the Vikings are a stronger team than the Packers. I mean, they showed that gene right there. They showed that clutch gene, you know, against a great Bears defense. They just came back on by Caleb Williams. Great 11-point comeback. And I mean, I give them all the credit in the world for that. But when it came down to the moment in the game, it was the Minnesota Vikings that showed up in that moment. It is what it is, you know? Oh, gosh. This show is brought to you by Full Circle Realty agent Dana Robinson. If you are buying or selling a home anywhere in the state of Michigan, call Dana today. If you want someone that works for you, if you want someone that will never give up, Dana Robinson should be your realtor. Call Dana today at Full Circle Realty at 810-422-3328. That's 810-422-3328. She can't wait to get working for you. And as we pull back into here, and no, I don't watch football games. I could care less about sports media. That was Matt. So wasn't that McAfee clown a punter? Who cares what him or Greenberg say? No, broski, let me help you out, man. Like, you come into reality for a minute. Come into reality here, and you're gonna sit there in your high horse somewhere near Chicago and tell me you don't know who Pat McAfee is to try to downplay what sports media is saying. Who's Stephen A. Smith? You ever watch Good Morning Football? Do you know who Tom Brady is? Any of those people ring a bell? Because if you know who they are, I'm not the one that's up there like the rest of the sports media isn't in awe. Your other comment, that's what you're trying to defend, was that comment? That's a ridiculous comment. The entire national media is all on the Lions. We're in the number one in the power rankings. A lot of people are putting us ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs, and that blows my mind. To me, I don't care what wins look like. Win is a win is a win is a win. And the Chiefs are the defending champions. So the Lions will never be, in my mind, I can't put the Lions ahead of the Chiefs. I don't care. I don't care what it looks like, because playoff football is different. Playoffs. And when it gets to the tournament, if you get into the tournament, you got a chance to win. It's been done. It's been done from the lowest seed. It's been done. National media attention getting my PTSOL acting up. Hey, welcome to being a good team. You know what the national media does? Is they debate the best teams, the top 8 teams. You know, they focus on those. And it's not like they don't talk about the other teams. They want to talk about other teams that might be up and coming. Yeah, Russ, I don't want to hear you crying about the officiating after the Bears win on Thursday. Okay, man, you're talking tough. I can't hear you from last place. I can't hear you from last place. It seems to me like you keep on having victory right there for you. You can't seem to grab it, even when they throw it to you. Like they try to hand it to you. You're just like, I don't want a victory. You find ways to lose. We ain't the ones. We ain't the ones. You make mistakes like that against us, and you're going to get blown out. And maybe the point spread is right. You got the proving to do. Your team's got the proving to do. Are we all confident? Is that where we're at right there? That's trying to play spoiler right there. Let's just hope that the injuries don't get the best of the Lion. The healthiest team goes all the way. I mean, I'm not going to use an injury excuse. Injuries happen. Injuries are part of it. Injuries are part of the game, and we'll be getting guys back. We'll lose some more guys. You know, right now the secondary is going through it. But just like the long haul thing, we want to make it through the long haul. And if we're going to make it through the long haul, you have to be able to win with Kendall Vildor. Which, by the way, we won the game. We blew the Colts out 24-6. They weren't close. They weren't close. I mean, I'm sorry you don't like the offense, you know, being opened up like a Lamborghini when you're up. Once you get up, you just got to keep them at arm's distance. I thought the targeting penalty on Branch was iffy. I could agree with that. But, you know, once you've been, you know, kicked out of the game, I think to send a letter to the league, and all of a sudden they're looking at you a lot more. Yeah. Hey, broski, they have the right to talk about that. They have the right to talk about you ghosting us. You don't get on them about that. You were gone. I don't care about what happened. What you had no life when you were running your mouth at the beginning of the season. You had no life then. You could come in every day. You could come in every day during training camp. Tell me how all my guys are going to be injured. DJ Reader ain't ever going to do nothing. You get to come in and run your mouth. And then you ghost, and now you're using the life excuse. Save it. Save it. This is you. Top reasons the ghost of building, you are out there crying somewhere. You out there crying somewhere. Oh God. Yeah. And here he is. Russ, you consider screaming A. Smith a credible source of football? That's hilarious. Well, who is it? You don't consider Stephen A. Smith a credible source? Are you kidding me? Who's a credible source of football to you? I think Broski is the only credible source of football. Because right now you're on your own planet. You ain't speaking about the majority. You're out there with a tin hat on, trying to tell me you're trying to downplay how big Stephen A. Smith is. Go look at his YouTube. Millions of people listen to everything that he says. How about Tom Brady? You're going to discredit Tom Brady? Tom Brady said that we were the best team in football. Bill Belichick said that our offense looked unstoppable. Who the hell's Bill Belichick? Stop it. Stop it. The media is talking about us to a point where it's uncomfortable, dude. So don't act like I'm out here on an island by myself in my Detroit Homer car and nobody in the national media is talking about us. You know, Nick Wright is a credible source. He don't like us. He thinks the Chiefs are better, but he's a Chiefs homer. He's a recognized Chiefs homer right there. But Broski, you know what? Honestly, it is good to see you in here because this is, you know, we still live by the mantra right here. I enjoy some trash talk. I do. I don't mind a little bit of trash talk at all, especially going into a game like this. This is a rivalry game. This is a beautiful, beautiful rivalry game right here. And it's faith, family, and then football in that order. We use football to spend time with our family and create memories. We don't let football use us. And the most important thing is, we were talking about injuries, who's going to be available, who isn't going to be available. And this player's safety, that's important to me, man. I want the best version of the Bears. I want none of their players to be injured. And you know, I don't mind sitting out here and I don't mind praying for the players, and that's what I'm going to do. And I say, precious Heavenly Father, we come to you right now and we ask you that you protect the players. You protect the players, that you help them heal from their injuries, and that you put a protective case over top of them when they play. So it is just a game. So nobody has to leave injured. And we ask that in Jesus' name. Amen. Faith, family, and then football in that order right there. And we want to thank everybody for popping on here. PFF Tuesday, brought to you by Full Circle Real Estate Group, Dana Robinson, 810-422-3328. You know, and just on the real end of that, you know, not only is she a great real estate agent, but I want you to understand that, you know, we're the UDFA of sports podcasting, which means that just a couple knuckleheads that love the Lions, and it's a lot of work to do this, and having somebody support us and help us to get better, help us to elevate our game to where maybe even next season that we'd even be better at this. I personally thank you, Dana Robinson, for supporting our show, and I have no problem out here, you know, telling everybody about you as a supporter of local sports podcasting. So thank you to Dana Robinson from the Full Circle Real Estate Group. And you can join me on the Lion Villain Report, Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. You can say good morning with us. And if Christopher Walken were here, he would say, the lions are the king of the jungle, and the Lion Villain Report is one of my favorite shows. You should watch it. It's at 10 a.m. in the mornings. It could be good for you. It could be good for you. It could be good for your life. Donald Schwarzenegger was cheated. He was dragged down by his face mask. We should have the same record as the Lions. I was cheated. The Bears got what they had coming to them. Donald Schwarzenegger will put the entire city of Minneapolis on his back. And I'll say, take my hand. Come on. Get to the chopper. We'll fly to a different place. I will throw touchdown passes to Justin Jefferson and lead us to the NFC Championship game. Come on. Ah! You can do it. Ooh, yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage is out there. Got Thanksgiving's coming up on Thanksgiving. Yeah, the Lions. Yeah, they're going to be playing the Bears. And maybe the Lions won't be eating any turkey for Thanksgiving. Maybe Bears will be on the menu as we climb to the top rope. And I'm going to drive the Lions Macho Man elbow right through the heart of the Bears. Yeah, dig it. Lions are cool. Lions are cool. Yeah. Yeah, like the villain squad's cool too. Yeah. So it's 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. I don't know how to segue from that into letting you guys go, but I'm going to take off out of here. Thank you everybody for watching the show. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen. We will see all you guys for Hump Day. I got to find it on here. I'm going to tell you about it. Hump Day. It's the Hump Day preview. Hump Day preview. That's tomorrow. God bless you guys. Talk to you soon.
Yo, the lies so that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, canvas open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes win. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose smooth on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running it, maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision that pay me, it's never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning this crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. It's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. It's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.